Okay, so this lesson is on organizing our note facts. So once we have taken all of our notes, we have our sources, now we need to organize them so we can use them to actually put the trial on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create categories of information, just kind of like we did for the essay. Okay, and so to do that, the first thing we're going to do is review our research questions and consider what kind of information we found. So we should have found things the defendant did, actions they took, right? They fought certain civilizations, they conquered certain territories, maybe they established laws or libraries or, promoted the arts, right? So what actions did the defendant take, good and bad? Who were the friends and allies? Who were the people helped by the defendant? Who was the defendant's family? And then who were the enemies that the defendant had or people hurt by the defendant? Okay, so these were the questions we had. We should have found information that told us these things. And so we want to read through our notes and decide what did we actually find and how should we organize these so they work the best. Okay, ideally we would have 3 categories, so we would figure out the best way to group these 4 categories of information into 3. And that really is going to depend on the particular defendant who you are researching and what you found, which websites you went to. There's no one way that works best for everybody. Okay, so you kind of have to read through and figure out, how can I, like as a puzzle, fit these together? Which 3 do I have the most of? How can I group them together so that it works best for me? Because this is not the only way to do it, right? And so then we're going to create category sheets. Okay, in your packet after the note fact sheet, you'll find this sheet. Step 4, organizing, steps to organizing. Okay, on the sheet, your topic is the person you're researching, right? Are you researching Hannibal or Julius Caesar or, Attila the Hun? Who are you researching, okay? And then you're going to scroll down here and you're going to see room for 4 categories. Ideally, you would have 3 and maybe kind of a miscellaneous category. But if you need to, you can do 4 categories out, right? So I have positive actions, negative actions, friends and family, and the allies, and then enemies and the people harmed. Now, it could be that you put the enemies and people harmed in with negative actions. You could put all the actions together. Again, how you do these categories really just depends on what you found. Okay, so you're going to list them here on this sheet. Then you're going to color code each one of these handles a different color, and you are going to color just the handle of the magnifying glass. Okay, so you're going to write the categories on that page, color code the handles, then you're going to read through your notes again, and you're going to color the handle of the magnifying glass for each note fact one of those colors. Okay, so you can decide which of those categories does this particular note fact fit into, and you're going to color code the handle to match. Okay, now you may have some that don't fit. That's okay, don't color them. That means that you took some information that was off topic or not relevant for a project. Okay, and that's a good, when we get to the reflection piece of it, you can look back and see how many did you have that didn't really fit for a project, right? So you don't want to color them if they don't fit. You're only looking for things that actually fit with the information that we're looking for. Okay, so the next step in organizing is to create a place to put your notes in the categories. So we're going to do that with category sheets, okay? So in your packet, there are category sheets, and you're going to create one sheet for each category. So each category gets its own sheet, a separate sheet. And you can do that by writing the category at the top of the sheet, and you're going to color the handle of the magnifying glass the correct matching color. So if we look at the sheet, this is the sheet that we're talking about. It is directly after the sheet where we're going to list all of our categories, right? So this sheet where we list all our categories, if you flip the page, you will find this sheet, okay? So up here is where you're going to put your topic, right? So this is the person, your topic is the person who you're putting on trial, right? The person you're researching, whether that's Hannibal, Alexander the Great, Darius, Julius Caesar, right? That goes here. And then notes about, and this is where you write your category, okay? Right here after notes about category. And then you're going to color the handle the correct color, okay? And you're going to do one of these for each one of your categories. You have enough for 4, okay? So how many should you have? Well, we're going to go ahead and look at the rubric to help you with that. Okay, so if we look at the rubric and we come down here to the organizing Notefacts sheet, you will see that to get a 5, they need to have 3 categories that are relevant to our topic, meaningful, with at least 3 Notefacts in each. So your minimum Notefacts requirement was 10. So if you do 3 and 3, then that's 9. Plus, so one could have 4. Okay. If you do more than 10, it's still 3 and 3. So you could have 5 in one category, 5 in another category, 3 in a category, which would be 13. And then that's still a 5 because you have at least 3. However, if you have a category that only has 2 Notefacts in it, it's going to be a 4. Even if you have 20 Notefacts. Okay. And the reason for that is when you think about your categories, they need to be relevant. Relevant means you actually have notes to go in them. If you only have 2 Notefact strips to go in that category, well, can those Notefacts go in a different category, right? So can you make a category a little bit bigger so they fit into another category? You want your categories to be sort of medium size, right, with enough information in it to be helpful, but not too much, right? So you want at least 3, 5, 7, 10 notes in a category. You definitely don't want less than 3. Okay, if you have less than 3, then that category isn't really relevant. Okay, and then if you have even less than that, right? So you have less than 2 Notefacts in at least one category, then that is a 3, right? So you have to have at least 2 in all of them to get a 4, at least 3 to get a 5. If you have less than 2, if you have 1 Notefact in a category, it's a 3. If you don't do it at all, then it's a 0. Okay, so it's a 0. So you want to make sure you get this part of it done. Okay, so far we've got our category sheet, we got a category at top, and you colored the handle of your magnifying glass for each category, right? So you have 3 or 4 sheets, 1 for each category. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut out our Notefacts. They should already be colored, right? The handles on all the Notefacts colored to match which category they go in. So you're now going to cut them out, okay? Leave the top part that has the source, like which website it was. Just cut out the Notefacts, the strips. And you're going to separate and group them by color, right? So you're going to do all of your notes from all of your sources, and now they're going to get mixed up. And you're going to group them. I like to put them in little piles, right? So blue, green, red, whatever your colors are. And then within that group, you want to group similar information together. So maybe you have some duplicates or closely matching information from multiple sources, right? Of places that were attacked, battles that were fought, when they came to power, family, friends, enemies, right? Some of that may be kind of repeated. So you want to group those together on the sheet. And so you're going to kind of organize them so you have similar information within the category together. And then you're literally going to paste them. You're going to glue them onto the category sheet in your packet. Okay, if you have more than fit on the front, you can go onto the back side. Okay, so here is some completed Notefacts sheet from a different project that we did several years ago before COVID. And up here is the topic, what was daily life in ancient Rome. Your topic will be your person that you're putting on trial, right? Hannibal, Alexander the Great. And then your category, right? This one was food, but maybe it would be, actions taken or friends and allies, something like that. And then you'll see that I cut out all the notes and I've pasted them on very close together, almost overlapping. You can see the little handles are all colored the same color to match my category. They all are numbered the same too. I would not expect that to be the case for you. I would expect that that some of these numbers would be mixed up. You might have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, something like that, right? So it's going to be mixed up from different sources, but they would be the same color because it's that color category, right? And so this is one category. Here's the second one. It was family. Yours might be enemies, right? And this is how it looks with all the Notefacts colored and pasted on the category sheet.